Us now, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. I'm exhausted watching it.
You ought to be here. Yeah, well, we got it done, and John Fetterman's coming on next. He's a good man. So about 41 days ago, Democrats told every Republican, we're going to shut the government down unless you do two things. Repeal the $1.5 trillion in savings from the big, beautiful bill by making Medicaid more affordable and eliminating illegal immigrants from having Medicaid. That saved $1.5 trillion, no more federal health care for illegal immigrants. They wanted to set that aside, and they wanted us to extend Obamacare the way it is today, where all the subsidies, $50 billion, go to insurance companies. They're getting filthy rich, and premiums have doubled. They wanted us to continue that. There's 190,000 people on Obamacare that don't even know they were on it until they got a call. So this thing is a scam. We held firm, and we're going to deal with health care in December. And what President Trump said 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I'm going to stop all the money going to insurance companies. I'm going to send it to you, the public. That changed everything.
Okay, this is important. You know, my friend Mark Simone, I'll quote him again, he said, it's called the Affordable Care Act. The promise was keep your doctor, keep your plan, and the average family saves $2,500 a year. Okay, millions lost their doctors. Millions lost their plans. Okay, we're average person paying anywhere between 220 and 300% more. Yeah, 40% of the country has one Obamacare exchange option. Can you explain how the Affordable Care Act needs to be subsidized? I thought it was affordable by its very definition.
They want $350 billion over 10 years to keep it afloat. It is growing faster than private sector health care. Insurance companies get paid for everybody they sign up. They've had hundreds of thousands of people that have never made a claim. So insurance companies get more money when they sign people up. They could care less about quality. It was said to save us money as consumers. It's over doubled in terms of premiums. And insurance companies, the largest 7 in the country, have had their stock prices since 2010 go up between 500 and 1,000%. Donald Trump said Saturday, that gravy train is over. I'm going to take this money and give it to the consumer so they can buy better health care and take it away from the insurance company. We're going to win that fight in December. But we stood up and we broke them. They wanted things bad for the American people. We stood up to them and we broke them. And you had 8 senators like Senator Fetterman who put the country ahead of party. And I cannot thank him and the other 7 enough. They did the country a great service.
Well, I mean, I've never really been too aghast at government shutdowns, but they've never gone on this long. I mean, you see what's happening at airports around the country. I mean, it'll take us to Thanksgiving to get the, air traffic control system back up and running and efficient, even though we started out down when Trump came into office this time, down about 2,000 or 3,000 air traffic controllers and equipment from the 1950s and 60s. That's a big deal. Back to healthcare. There are creative, smart, free market options that, for example, medical savings accounts, healthcare cooperatives. I have a guy I know, Dr. Josh Umber, Wichita, Kansas, $50 a month for an adult, $10 for every kid, unlimited care, 24-hour availability to a doctor. You get prescription medicines because he negotiated with the pharmaceutical companies himself. Now that's going mainstream. Healthcare cooperatives, telemedicine is going to save a fortune. You add catastrophic care, especially for young people. Okay, you're covered for the small stuff. You're covered for, 1 appointment a year. But if you have a bad accident, heart attack, stroke, you're also covered because, after a certain small deductible, whatever you can afford, you'll be covered for all those things. That's a lot cheaper.
All the above. We're going to try to create options that don't exist today. Since 2010, the largest health insurance companies in this country have literally made a fortune. Their stock prices have skyrocketed, over 1,000% increase. Compare that to the rest of the economy. And the premiums under Obamacare have over doubled. So I hope we can sit down with people like Senator Fetterman and see if we can interject into the system more choice, more competition, take the money away from the insurance companies, flow it to the people, giving them options they don't have today to lower cost and improve quality. That is the goal, not to throw people off health care, but to get health care that works, that's affordable.
Yeah. Let me ask you about Chuck Schumer. Is he finished?
Probably. This is not a Chuck Schumer problem. This is a problem with the Democratic Party. Look at Senator Fetterman.
Why is it not his problem? Because his whole career.
Right. Well, he's just reacting to where the party is. Right. Well, that's where the party's.
Okay, but why is he reacting to where the party is? He's reacting that way because he wants to cling on to power.
Yeah, that's right. He wants to keep his job, but he's not the first politician to do that. You know, we shut down the government for 35 days to build a wall. We eventually got the wall built because it's good policy. So don't shut the government down to change policy. Senator Schumer is probably toast. He's probably can't survive in this environment. The question is, can Senator Fetterman? I think Senator Fetterman has got a hell of a story to tell to the people of Pennsylvania. I've been up here doing the best I can, and I think people are looking for that kind of attitude, not the Schumer attitude. They're looking for people to say, I'll listen to both sides, and I'll use my own judgment, not be told what to do. All I can say is that we held our ground. The government is open. We're going to have a healthy debate about health care, and there's one person that had a lot to do with this we've never talked about much, and that's Donald J. Trump. The day he got involved saying, I got a better idea on health care, it changed everything. Stay tuned for his ideas on health care.
All right, Lindsey Graham, Senator, thank you. We appreciate your time joining us.